Hi guys, Tindos Line 671 coming at you with, you guessed it, at long last I'm presenting you guys the Winged Dragon of Ra deck profile. I hope to make Merrick proud, and this will be an interesting build for you guys. So TDA 671, we offer you different builds from what we normally see. So I've been working on this for not only months but years, guys, so please bear with me. And also I did take this to the OTS championship at in Guam today, so shout out to the 671 team out there. And I didn't top, unfortunately, but I got some interesting wins and matchups as well. So without further ado, guys, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get started with the deck profile. So of course, when we're playing the Winged Dragon of Ra, in my opinion, we play 3 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra, the Almighty Protector of the Sun and Sky. I'll say to you guys the theatrics for now, but we play 3 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra, along with 3 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode. This is a very good combo piece of the deck, and not only that, it's a very good board clear. You guys know what this card does. It's one of my most, I would say, not famous but infamous cards. A very nice deck in a lot of decks I play, including a pure God card deck such as the Winged Dragon of Ra. And of course, to add to our Ra forms, we also play the Winged Dragon of Ra Immortal Phoenix. This one is the true God form. It is unaffected by card effects. If a Winged Dragon of Ra is sent from your field to the graveyard, basically, you can special summon this from your graveyard. It is unaffected by card effects. And also you can't chain to this effect to special summon from the graveyard. Again, phase it does special summon, send itself to the graveyard to special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode from anywhere, will be your hand, deck, or graveyard. Well, not everywhere, but just those 3 places in particular. So although the God mode only lasts for 1 turn, it's still very fascinating. So that'll be it for Divine Package. So we have his Sun form, his Dragon form, and his Phoenix form, which is really badass. Ra is the Sun himself. So yes. So 3 copies of Ra's Disciple. This is going for a more pure version. We might be used to the opening of the Spirit Gates version, but I kind of do like the pure version of Ra's Disciple because you can search for Ra's Disciple via the True Sun God. I'll show you guys what that is in a little bit. So it's an older tech. I gotta be a little bit careful with him, but overall it helps on with the tribute fodder. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this briefly, guys, because I did come back from the OTS championship, so kind of tired, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this deck profile for you guys because you've been waiting for so long. So to continue, 3 copies of Reactor Slime, again more for the pure version. I like this one because you set up the tribute tokens, and with so many cards in here that allow you to additionally normal summon this turn, these 2 are actually gotten much better over the years. Especially when you play Ancient Chant, you could potentially absorb the attack and defense power that you get from these card effects. Like basically this one produces slime tokens. This one summons more copies of himself, so you're guaranteed at least 3 monsters to tribute for. So yes. I'll go into detail with the effects later guys, but yes, we play those cards, and without further ado, let's get straight into the spells. The spells, we play the True Sun God. Sorry guys, again, I'm a little bit fatigued, but we'll get through this. So if this card is activated, add 1 Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck to your hand, or a card that mentions it by name. Also, monsters cannot attack the turn they're special summoned, except for the Winged Dragon of Ra. Once per turn, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard to send 1 Winged Dragon of Ra from your monster zone to the graveyard. Or you can send the Immortal Phoenix instead of sending this to the graveyard. So you see where this is getting at? This helps set up the Winged Giant of Ra Immortal Phoenix, which is comes in very handy. Also somewhat of a floodgate, giving your opponent's monsters that were special excuse me, that were special summoned, summoning sickness. So to continue, 3 copies of Ancient Chant. This is the card I was talking about. This simply adds the Winged Giant of Ra from your deck to your hands, so you have essentially a rota for Winged Giant of Ra. And trust me, you want to see the Winged Giant of Ra more often than not. Also, you can banish this from the graveyard. Anytime you attribute for the Winged Giant of Ra, you could have Ra gain attack points equal to the combined attack and defense points of all the monsters that was used for his tribute summon. So it gains all the combined attack and all the combined defense, which is really cool. So to continue, 3 copies of Soul Crossing. This one is pretty much on what Soul Exchange did in the anime. You could tribute immediately normal summon into a Divine Beast monster using any monster on the field. But if you do this, you can only use 1 card effect for the rest of the turn, except the card effects of divine monsters, which is very interesting indeed. And then to continue, 1 copy of Millennium Revelation. This one pretty much circles the Monster Reborn in here. So not only can you search the Monster Reborn or return it from your graveyard by sending a Divine Beast from your hand to the graveyard, you can also send this to the graveyard in a separate chain to be capable of using Monster Reborn to reborn the Winged Giant of Ra, ignoring the summoning conditions. The last effect doesn't come up that much. You pretty much send the Winged Giant of Ra you control to the graveyard. That was special summoned by the effect of Monster Reborn. But normally you're going to send him to the graveyard anyways with the True Sun God to bring out Immortal Phoenix, so that one doesn't come up too often. To continue with the spells, there's quite a lot, guys. We also play 2 copies of Time Terror Morganite. You notice I'm not playing Guardian Slime, only because for this card, for the rest of the turn, you cannot activate, for the rest of the duel really, you cannot activate monster effects from the hand, and that is the only downside. The upside is that you could draw 2 cards during your normal draw phase, and then you could conduct 2 normal summons for the duration of the duel. And also you could banish this from the graveyard. Target 1 copy of itself. The opponent cannot activate monster effects while you normal summon this turn. So it's good to play 2 copies in case you draw the other copy. You could just make use of the 3rd effect, which does come in handy. So to continue, 2 copies of Lightning Storm. We're primarily playing an OTK deck, so Lightning Storm definitely helps. We're not playing hand traps in here because Morganite, but with the utility that I discovered with this deck, you don't really need it. Our main objective is to OTK. And of course, Harpy's Feather Duster for spell and trap removal. Raigeki is the opposite, destroy all monsters the opponent controls. And then more of the spells, there's quite a lot, guys. This is to bring out Ra, so we gotta conjure a magic to bring up an offertory for Ra. So yes, and Ra is a hungry god, that much I could say. 1 copy of Triple Tactics Thrust. Just 1 copy, because what you mainly want to use is Triple Tactics Talent, which we play at 2. Not only can you draw 2 cards, you could take an opponent's monster without targeting, and you could spin 1 card in the opponent's hand. Sometimes you want to use the 2nd effect to take back your Sphere Mode after you normal summon it on the opponent's side of the field, and then you non-target it, return it back to your side of the field, then activate the effect to bring out Ra, which is raw power, no pun intended. So 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, because we're running into a lot of boss monsters. So we could chain like Ancient Chant, then Forbidden Droplet, send Ancient Chant to the graveyard, and negate some stuff again. So a really good card. Last but not least, Called by the Grave. Don't underestimate that 1 Called by the Grave. It helps me in so many situations. And you do draw it often if you build your deck consistently enough. And you just want to be able to deal with hand traps. So that'll be it for the spells, guys. The traps, very little, but we play traps nonetheless. 1 copy of Metal Reflect Slime. just for the versatility and the target for Metal Reflect Slime. I do see people playing 2 or 3. I like 1 because you just keep circling the Metal Reflect Slime, and it's mostly an OTK deck, so I'm just using this for utility. And I'll just set up rank 10 plays. That does come in handy. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. To continue, 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Excellent card. Helps me to negate all monster effects on the field that may potentially stop my OTK, and this helps out a lot. So with this deck, I was able to beat, after a hard battle, Kashtira, as well as competing with rogue decks, actually, with such as Sharks. I gave Sharks a hard time, but that was a really good battle, and he won anyways. But I'm glad to know that this stuff is functioning well enough where I even give Sharks a hard time. I gave Floundries a very hard time, and I gave Labyrinth not so much of a hard time, but nonetheless, they had to work hard to stop me. So bear in mind, guys, the deck doesn't have to win in order for it to work. That's one thing I learned. As long as you're putting up a good fight during the duel, then your deck is working fine. So to continue the extra deck, guys, a familiar face, Egyptian God Slime. Shiny Obelisk. May I trade your Shiny Obelisk with my regular Obelisk? I'm just kidding. Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged. Sorry, YouTube. So, Egyptian God Slime. You could substitute this as a tribute for 3. And it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you cannot attack any other monster in the field except this one. So this is a very good tech card. And also for tech, we're moving on to the Exceeds. Sky Crisis Typhon. It does come in clutch, especially when you just have to summon that one monster in your hand, one small monster in your hand. Then you could just go into Sky Crisis if you meet the criteria. The only thing that stinks with Ra's Disciple is that you cannot special summon any monsters except the Winged Giant of Ra. But other than that, I don't think it says that. It's that you can't special summon monsters, period. And then Ra's Disciple could be used as a tribute fodder for either Slifer, Obelisk, or Ra. So the only thing that stinks about Ra's Disciple is that I can't use him for Sky Crisis, but that's perfectly fine. We're mainly planning to try and OTK in here, so we're not really focused on bringing out Sky Crisis, Typhon, and also Sky Thunder. Double Zeus for that versatility, because we do play sea monsters such as Gustav Max. This comes in handy if you want that extra burn damage. If you just fall slightly short of Ra's OTK, you could just go rank 10 if you have another level 10 on the field, like a Egyptian God Slime or just another Ra. That did come in handy. That did come up one time. So yes. And also not Gustav Max, but Super Dora. This one's pretty good, and you can make a card on the field unaffected. And it's a quick effect, so excellent play. And then Rail Cannon, just for that extra damage, just in case. And that'll be it for the Exceed monsters, guys, and the Fusion monsters. For the links, I'll go through it really quick for you guys. We play IP Masquerena. Hey, Masquerena, aight? Just kidding. I think we all know what she does by now, including Cross Sheep. This is here because the Egyptian God Slime. Very good card. We also play Nightmare Phoenix because it's the year of Fire for Yu-Gi-Oh! It's technically Year of the Dragon, but yes. Winged Giant of Ra. There we go. I'm just kidding. It's technically a divine beast, but yes, point proven. And then since I don't have SP yet, we're also playing Cerberus, so don't worry, guys. I'm in the same boat as you guys for those who are trying to save money. And the backup singers are awake. Please welcome our backup singers. That's why I was trying to finish fast, but it's okay. So yes, I'm in the same boat as you guys, trying to save money and all. So Nightmare Cerberus until I get a copy of SP Little Knight. So to continue, for the bigger links, we also play Nightmare Unicorn. High in versatility, still a very good card. And then also we play Axis Code Talker to Link Climb, so you just have more shooting power. And then last but not least, Apollousa, Bow of the Goddess. just for the versatility in link summoning and to get a negate on the board. If I'm playing the opening of the Spirit Gates version, I could go into more of these option plays, but as it stands, I'm focusing more on just the pure version. And honestly, with all the games I'm securing with this deck, I am greatly satisfied with the results. So yes, thank you for your patience, guys. I finally finished this just for the channel and for Team Guam. So the winning drawing of Raw, this will be my early Easter special, because you know, Raw and the egg and the rising from the ashes. I'm just kidding. But yes, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for all your help and support. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell and be a part of the notification squad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later, guys. Have a wonderful weekend and please be safe.